Have you ever felt like nothing is happening in your life, that all doors seem closed, and that time has simply stopped for you? Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover can completely transform your perspective. While you waited, God was moving everything behind the scenes, silently preparing a turning point that no one can stop. Perhaps you've spent days or even months wondering why certain things don't happen, why opportunities don't appear, or why some people seem to move forward while you remain in the same place. But the truth is that there is an invisible time at work, a spiritual moment where divine transformation has already begun without you realizing it. There are subtle signs from God, silent gestures and spiritual movements that go unnoticed, but are shaping your life into something greater. Have you ever experienced this, feeling the need to believe, even without seeing immediate results? What is happening now is part of God's secret plan, a divine action that no one else can alter. And even if it seems invisible, every step, every prayer, and every decision guided by faith is connecting you to your spiritual turning point. Now, imagine realizing that it has all already begun. If this topic resonates with you, leave a comment below about what has touched you the most so far, or share how you've noticed God silently moving things in your own life. Your experience can inspire others who are going through times of waiting and uncertainty, and that's how we build a community of faith and support, connecting hearts that seek to understand God's invisible timing. And if you feel this message is arriving at the right time, click like to show you want to see more content like this, because every simple gesture helps the channel reach even more people who need to hear words of hope and spiritual transformation. Don't forget to subscribe to Divine Call and turn on notifications, so you ensure you don't miss any divine words that can impact your day, your faith, and your journey. Your participation here is what makes this channel grow and continue spreading messages that touch lives. And together we can help more people realize that every door God opens is unique, perfect, and impossible to close by any opposing force. Now, as you reflect on this, imagine for a moment that everything that seemed at a standstill is, in fact, being carefully moved toward your victory. Understanding God's invisible timing completely changes how you perceive every challenge and opportunity in your life. Often, we think everything is at a standstill, that nothing is happening, that our decisions and efforts aren't producing results. But there's a hidden truth. While you believed you were just waiting, every detail was being carefully moved behind the scenes, aligning people, situations, and opportunities for your turning point. This is the power of the divine word in action, working silently, transforming mindset, strengthening faith, and preparing the journey so that you perceive the impact of every choice you make. Transformation doesn't only happen in visible evidence. It happens in what you don't yet see, in what hasn't yet been revealed, but which is already building a new reality around you. Every sign, every small opening, every moment of inspiration is part of a larger spiritual movement, connecting your life with a purpose that often only reveals itself later. Understanding this gives us the courage to trust, to keep our hearts steadfast, and to realize that victory is not just an event, but a process that unfolds silently. Comment below, I'm on this journey too. We often feel paralyzed, as if trapped in hopeless situations, carrying frustrations and waiting for answers that never seem to arrive. Perhaps you've felt forgotten, discouraged, or even questioning whether your decisions and efforts truly matter. But there's a truth few realize. Even when everything seems stagnant, God is silently working behind the scenes, moving every detail of your life to open doors that no one can close. This is the power of invisible time, a dimension where transformation happens subtly, preparing the impact that will change your trajectory, strengthening your faith and redefining your mindset about the impossible. Every experience, every moment of waiting, every challenge contains a hidden revelation, connecting you to opportunities that are not yet fully revealed, but are already being aligned for your spiritual and personal growth. Understanding this dynamic gives us the courage to trust, to perceive the value of each decision, and to see that victory depends not only on what we see, but on what God has already begun in secret. Write this down. I'm on this journey too. Signs that often go unnoticed, but which carry all the hidden truth of God's movement in our lives. Moments of peace amidst chaos, unexpected encounters with the right people, opportunities arising seemingly randomly. All this is part of a carefully planned journey behind the scenes. When we begin to pay attention, we realize that every detail has a purpose, that every decision made in faith influences the direction of our lives, and that the transformation that seemed distant is already invisibly at work. The impact of these small signs accumulates, gradually revealing the magnitude of the turnaround that is happening, even without us being able to see the complete picture. The truth is that divine change doesn't need grand announcements to manifest. It unfolds silently, connecting moments, people, and opportunities to create a sequence of revelations that will transform your mindset, strengthen your faith, and redefine your perception of what is possible. Every gesture, every unexpected circumstance, is a reminder that nothing is outside of divine control and that victory has already begun to take shape. Comment below, "This makes sense to me." Perceiving God's silent action requires more than observing what is before our eyes. It requires adjusting our mindset, opening our hearts, and trusting in the hidden truth that guides every step of our journey. Every decision made with faith, every small act of courage, and every conscious choice has a direct impact on the transformation that is happening, even if it is not yet visible. Today, doors that seemed locked are beginning to open unexpectedly. Opportunities arise at the right moments, and the right people enter your life to fulfill a greater purpose. Divine change manifests itself in the details, behind the scenes, in the subtle signs that indicate you are exactly where you need to be. When you learn to recognize these movements and align your actions with this spiritual energy, your journey becomes lighter, more confident, and full of hope. Each moment of waiting ceases to be stagnation and transforms into strategic preparation for the victory that is already underway, strengthening your faith and inspiring your mind to see beyond the circumstances. Write this down. I'm on this journey too. How God opens doors that no one can close completely transforms our perspective on every decision, every obstacle, and every moment of waiting. There is a hidden truth that few see. While you believe things are standing still, God is working behind the scenes, aligning people, opportunities, and situations to create an impact that goes far beyond what you can perceive. Every step you take in faith, every conscious choice, and every heart-guided action contributes to this transformation, strengthening your mindset and preparing your journey for the victory that has already begun. When we learn to recognize these signs, every moment of difficulty ceases to be a burden and becomes a strategic preparation for what is to come, revealing that even seemingly negative circumstances are part of a larger plan. Divine action manifests itself in subtle details, in unexpected encounters, in decisions that seem small but carry a profound effect on our spiritual and personal lives. Comment below, "This makes sense to me." If you've made it this far, it means this message truly resonated with you, and I want to invite you to continue being a part of this journey. Leave a comment below with a phrase that represents how you felt, something like, "I'm with you until the end," or "This message was for me," because it's incredible to see who is truly connecting with what God is doing behind the scenes. If this message touched your heart, click like to show that we're in this together, strengthening each other's faith and hope. And if you want to delve even deeper into the spiritual movement and see how every detail of your life is being transformed, there's a video here that complements this topic. Click and continue with me there, because there are even more revelations that will inspire you to see every open door and every sign that you may not have noticed yet.